Alright, so we're returning to a classic. So I have not touched this deck in a hot minute because playing this against Runick's like stun is absolutely unbearable, and I would rather like cut off my own hands and never play this game again than play 8 axes against Runick stun. But now that the most common variant of Runick is no longer stun, it is Spright, this deck's back in, and this deck has real potential, especially in this Spright dominated meta. So I'm going to show you a bunch of replays first, just showcasing what the deck does as always, and deck profile will be up later once I stop being lazy and record my explanations. So anyway, we're up against Mathmech. Yeah, you've all seen this before. Add circular, dump Sigma Mail grind set, add him super factorial, back diameter, and goes for the hand loop. This is really bad. Don't do this if you're playing Mathmech. He hits the worst card out of my hand, the absolute worst one. All right, cool. Code generator into code talker, dump dot scraper into heat soul. Again, this is why you don't go for the location line. You know, you could have made heat soul and transcode without using all of these bricks in your main deck. You know, all for one random hand loop. Anyway, he's gonna draw into desires because he's nice, and then set 2. And gonna heat soul draw. We're gonna trade in. They have Ash, like they always do. So now I'm trying to hit the super factorial with Thunderbird that I pitched, and we hit Judgment. Now we're gonna change the part, and they have the max D2 because, you know, why wouldn't they? I don't know. To be honest, they should have probably chained Super Factorial too, because the fact that they chained Super Factorial after I got Heat Soul on my side of the field just let me get an extra draw, like for no reason, which, believe it or not, ends up mattering. And they're gonna go into the second location. Discard 2, hand rips. Once again, hand rips the worst card out of my hand. You know, they're just like Canadian sniper over here. Anyway, we're gonna kaiju their location because I don't want to deal with the diameter gate. Heart of Dyrus, then draw 2. Draw into 2 level 8s. We could get somewhere if we hit the Bigfoot, and yeah, unfortunately we miss, or we hit the Bigfoot, and we're just gonna have to pass on an empty board with 1 Gizmek in hand. And funnily enough, our opponent's bad, and they don't know how to set up a Allen Burschen with circular, then they can't kill us with access code because we can just summon this Gizmek in battle phase and just eat 1 attack. Instead, like they're not even gonna go for that. They're not even gonna go update Jammer because they drew a microculture. Fun fact: microculture's 1 level too low to even make update Jammer with. Gonna use a second Desires. They're just gonna attack into us for 61. End phase, we're gonna summon Gizmek Orochi, and let's count the cards in each other's decks. Okay, 12. 12 in our deck. Let's keep in mind, our opponent just activated Heat Soul to draw a card. And anyone see a problem here? Thinking. I don't think I've ever seen someone deck themselves out like with just a single card. Like usually they necrophase themselves to too many cards and they accidentally do it that way, but I've never seen them literally deck themselves out on the last card in their deck. We're entering the Spright zone, where I just started facing non-stop Spright players for some reason. You know, for a lot of my grind, I went like entire ranks while seeing a Sprite player. I was like where do they all go? And then I ranked up and I was like, oh, here they are. So anyway, they're playing Pure Spright with a cap shell. That's interesting. Anyway, you know, I don't got a hand trap, so I sit through these combos all day long and will like watch a YouTube video on the side. How was your guys' day? Yeah, I'm gonna have a lot of time to read the comments while waiting for this combo to end. Yeah, we're in. Okay. We're so IP Carrot Gin Buster. No, not bad. But you know, Lightning Storm. We actually Lightning Storm first because I want them to have monsters on board to destroy with Slumber, because Slumber only summons you to actually destroy monsters. So if I use Dark Hole there and destroy these two, then I wouldn't be able to destroy anything with Kaiju Slumber, since the thing they summon with IP would be protected. So instead, we're just gonna bait out the IP of the Lightning Storm into White Woman Jump Scare. Sure. Anyway, we'll go Slumber. Get out my 2 Kaijus. I always give them the bigger Kaiju, so that I have the highest chance of summoning Alpha if I draw into it, such as this right now. We're going into the Zombie Vampire. Activate Zombie Vampire, and it gets ogred. You know, figures. It's okay though, because we get into a Gizmek, and I felt some kind of delay. I was like, huh. So anyway, I totally forget that, you know, 2 seconds ago I said the thing they summon off IP will be protected by IP from destruction, and then I go ahead and Gizmek trying to destroy their Underworld God. I don't know if I was trying to bait out a hand trap or something, but clearly, you know, that wasn't gonna work. So now we go into Dingirsu instead. Send their gates, get that out of the way, since they can summon the level 2 with it next turn. And then as soon as I go into 7 Sins, they Nibiru me. It's fine, because you know, I got plenty more board breakers where that came from. And now they're on 0 cards, but they have a Ronin Gray, so they're on Ronin Totem plus a card. And they top deck Smashers, which is like, honestly, it's not even that bad. Now they literally have nothing. And boy, as soon as my opponent summons a monster, oh, they're gonna get it. They're gonna get the quad going second cards. But anyway, Gizmek go couple damage. You know, what's the worst thing that can happen? Like, they draw a starter. Fair. If you're going to Pixies, I was like, what the? They don't have an. I'm pretty certain they don't have an OTK line with just 2 level 2s. Yeah, they can go into a 3200 Gigantic and lock themselves out of Zeus for some reason. Not that it would matter, because, you know, Zeus would not do anything against my hand anyways. In our turn, I'm not even gonna use Desires, because, oh yeah, you don't use Desires because I want to trigger Gizmek. So we're gonna summon Alpha. Alpha, return Gigantic Sprite, resummon Alpha, resummon Gizmek. And fun fact, Alpha can still attack the turn you use the effect. You just can't attack directly. You know, most people, a lot of these cards, clauses like this, people think they just can't attack altogether, like Brand and Red and stuff. But no, I can still attack over to Sprite Jet and then attack for game with Gizmek. And my opponent notices that. Yeah, you know, if you don't have a carrot out, you're just gonna get wiped out by board breakers against this deck. So, but another game against Sprite. You know, this is an average hand. You know, 3/3-ofs. Basically, Feather Duster's basically just the 3rd Lightning Storm. Yeah, opponent opens. I think. Hold up. I need to check I wasn't paying attention when playing. They opened red plus carrot plus. They just opened a full Sprite. every single sprite monster in their deck. Oh yeah, now they're gonna swap rock, you know, Rogue Ronin's fair and balanced card, every yada yada. Bring back the carrot, bring back the swap, or bring back the Ronin. Link away the carrot and not. Oh, okay, yeah. I remember. So yeah, now they have a carrot, a red, and an IP. Well, we have a duster for the whatever the back row is. It's a hard drew a smashers. Wait, oh no, yeah, they searched smashers, so yeah, and they use their Sprite Elf early. This is something I've noticed a lot. People will shotgun their Sprite Elf very often, so that means after they use their Elf, if you can like kaiju away their one negate that you don't want them to have, like for example, we don't want them to have a carrot, we could kaiju the carrot and then they wouldn't be able to buy a backup Elf. Normally, if they would hold their Sprite Elf, then if we kaiju it, it wouldn't do anything because they could just summon back their carrot. So yeah, good on our opponents for not playing around kaijus. And because of that, we get the kaiju, and then Dark Hold their board. Masquerade is going to lead them with an Appaloosa, and we're going to summon Alpha, and I'm taking that Appaloosa, summoning Deep Sea Diva, and yeah, that's a nice ashing hand. It would be a shame if, you know, you gave me a way to deal with that. Going to Diva, and this is where Mannequin Cat comes in. We go into Mannequin Cat's, target the Ash Blossom. Once we special the Ash Blossom, we get to summon Dogoran from our deck, and then we can just punch over 3k, 3k, 2k, 1600 for game. So here's a match against Spright that does not actually end in an OTK. It's, you know, Spright is a deck that's capable of getting OTK'd really easily because they literally burn themselves with starter, and they have Exceeds on the field a lot of times, so your Numar Dragon, anytime you stick Numar Dragon, it's already automatically game, but like, you know, sometimes it's a bit risky to go for that play, so this is one of those instances. Yeah, our opponent's gonna end on the Sprite board with activating starter last, which I guess. Yeah, 2 back row and IP and Elf. So the back rows are the spooky part, but they did not put up a carrot, which means we can Dark Hold them and force out the IP, and also they will not get value out of their Sprite Elf since the blue does not have a chance to trigger since it gets destroyed before it's removed from the field before it has a chance to activate. Yeah, so anyway, we're gonna kaiju their Adamancipator, and what they really should have done is, I feel like against a lot of kaiju decks, if I kaiju an Adamancipator, you should send Adamancipator. You should send the kaiju that they give you with Adamancipator. Do not let the kaiju stay on board. That can only mean bad things for you, whether you're playing against 8-axis or Numeron. As you'll see here, we go Diva, triple tactics, draw 2 cards, summon out, draw into a Gadarla so we can summon that, go into Baron, then I'll change of heart the Gadarla, go into Changing, Baron, pop Changing protect itself. Then Changing removes one of their back row, we hit the Smashers and we hit the Ronin Tone out of the grave. So yeah, I didn't want to necessarily go for game against 2 back row since it was really risky, and we do the Lightning Storm off the talents, I believe. Right? Totally, yeah, that's why we didn't activate it, so we didn't have a chance to clear the back row, and I did not want to play, or I did not want to put it all into a Numeron Dragon and then die to like a single Imperm, right? Or a single, like whatever this could be, droplets, whatever. So instead we established double level 10 synchros, attack for a chunk of damage, put them at 400, so now their starters are dead too. and we have a Baron negate up, and their Toad is gone. Or Ronin Toad again. Anyway, summon Jet. Cool. Activate Gamma Burst. That is nowhere near big enough to get over my monsters. Sorry. So now we're playing against a Runick Spright variant, and funnily enough, the Runick Spright variant is the easiest variant for this deck for 8 axes to deal with, and it'll become very apparent why. You know, once they finish their 10-minute turn. Yeah, Hyperia, Carrot, Elf, bring back, whatever, Blue, go into IP. But yeah, they have a back row, a Fountain, IP, and Carrot. So here's why this matchup is easy. First, we're gonna Pot of Desire, see if they choose negate, and they don't. You know, funnily enough, they don't want to tribute one of their 2 Link monsters to negate with Carrot, so we get a free Desires off as they go Hyperia to draw a card. And now, because again they shotgun the Elf early, there's no fear of bringing it back after we kaiju them, so we will just kaiju the Carrot, and they will max C like I care, and now we Lightning Storm. Because, unlike, you know, regular Runick, Runick Spright cannot protect their Fountain because they already have a monster in the EMZ. So once Fountain is gone, Maxi becomes irrelevant. Because Runick Spright decks do not run hand traps besides Maxi and sometimes Ash. But you know, you don't have, unlike normal Spright builds that actually run these amount of hand traps, we don't have to worry about Nibiru, Ogre, Baylor, all that stuff. All they can draw into are Runick spells, which are completely dead once Fountain's gone. So the fact that they maxi really does not matter whatsoever. I can do whatever I want. Ditch Bigfoot, kill their Elf, and then Kaiju, Slumber, get a Kaiju, get Alpha, go into Galaxy Eyes Phantom Lord in case they have Ash, special summon another Alpha, go into Deep Sea Diva. Diva into Mannequin Cat, bring back their Gigantic Spright. Mannequin Cat, target Gigantic Spright, get out the Gizmek Orchi. Go into Draglubion, summon out Numeron Dragon, and count the number of Xyzs on the field. Or the ranks of Xyzs on the field. 21k Numeron Dragon. And it would be a shame if there was a way you could prevent you from using all the Runick spells you're drawing right now. This is yet another Runick Spright. Now, I have a. The funny thing is, every single Runick Spright matchup I have with this deck is the exact same. They go first, they pop off, they draw into Maxi because they draw like 3 to 6 cards, so of course they're gonna draw into Maxi. But we pop their Fountain and they can't do anything. This is a line of play that's I don't necessarily. Well, I will say it's really bad against this line of deck. So they're gonna go into Cap Shell, into Elf, revive the Cap Shell, or sorry, revive the Cap Shell, summon out Maxi, go into Herald of Pure Light, and Pure Light add back the Maxi. So we've discussed why Maxi does do absolutely nothing against a deck that's capable of removing Fountain, because they run no. Runick Spright doesn't have room to run that many hand traps, so there's nothing preventing them from dying. If I could deal with this board and this, because they went for the Herald of Pure Light play, they do not have many interruptions on the board. They just have the IP and they have a fountain. So they're putting it all on basically the fountain staying there. And unfortunately for them, we have one of the 10 ways to remove fountain, and that's trade in Bigfoot. Yeah, you can max see me all you want. I don't really. Yeah, and now their fountain's gone, and they can bring back Carrot. And we're gonna Dark Hole them. They're gonna negate the Dark Hole, which is completely fine. And now we'll trade in again. Draw 2, draw into Diva. Tribute over their IP. Now they have literally no more interruptions. And this is just straight up Mannequin Cat. Bring back their 0 attack Capshell, get Gizmek from the deck. Into Numeron Dragon. Or into Draguga, into Numeron, into OTK. And fun fact, the fact that this has 0 attack doesn't matter. We could revive anything. We could put it in defense. As long as we have new Mannequin Cat and Draguga on the field, Numeron Dragon will have 11k. 11k will be able to attack for game over any 3k attack monster or lower, which is any kaiju in our deck. Or basically any kaiju we give them. So yeah, anytime you see that Herald of Pure Light, you know, your eyes should light up with this deck. Here, to break up the monotony a little bit, let's finish off this with replay against non-Spright. Let's play against a much more interactive deck, you know, Adamancipator. Gee, I sure hope that they're not gonna grasp me for block dragging and put up 5 interruptions in the gates, you know, no, I certainly hope not. Troll Despair. Man, I can miss this being the best deck of the format, or the second best deck of the format. I wonder if they're ever gonna fix the, or not fix, but if they're ever gonna change the excavation animation, because that is let me tell you, that is unbearable. Like sitting through this in real time. Alright, Block Dragon comes back. Baron in defense. I like it. Oh, they haven't used Seeker yet. You know, of course they hit a second Guardian. Raptite. This is sped up. Oh, hello Rock Fusion. Doki Doki. What now? The Bark. What? Oh, for evenly match, card destruction. Why would you card destruction away your Nibiru? That's like a relevant hand trap. Okay, whatever. I didn't even notice they discarded that to begin with. I don't know what we could possibly want to be drawing into after they established this anti-evenly board. So anyway, that card destruction helped us massively. Because now we could banish the Slumbering Grave. And, you know, they have to negate it, otherwise we're just gonna search a Kaiju and drop it over one of their negates anyways. Now, too bad for them. We have the Change of Heart, and they just let it go. You know, they don't even bother trying to negate it. I don't know why. So anyway, because we took it, we get to interrupt the Kaiju Slumber. And we don't get the whole field because, you know, Block Dragon is a fair and balanced card. On top of being a Dragon Ruler, it also protects all rocks. And of course, Appaloosa is protected by IP. But it's okay, as long as we destroy even one monster, we get to summon Kaijus, and that's all we need. Triple Tactics. Opponent's gonna trigger Raptite for some reason. I'm not gonna take your Raptite, bro. Don't worry. I'm taking your Appaloosa. Now we get to trade in, dump Gizmek, draw 2 cards, try to hit Bigfoot. Bigfoot misses, whatever. We don't even. I was trying to high roll there, but this Bigfoot did not matter whatsoever, because now we're gonna normal summon Deep Sea Diva, get the 2 Divas out, go into Changing, summon out Orochi, And of course, you banishing 8 triggers the chain. We're gonna banish their block and their token collector, and this is gonna go in the bear, and that's gonna be game. No, it's the sick board you got there. Would be a shame if anything happened to it. And deck profile will be coming up soon. I'm testing this in a bit in DC Cup as well. We might squeeze in a bit more replays at the end. In the end of the deck profile too. We'll see.